welcome back. By now you should have clarity on your business idea, the market and your business strategy, and you should have your foundation in place in the form of a viable business model. You've come a far way, so keep up the good work. We're entering now module number 3, where the focus shifts now to systems. So as mentioned earlier in this online course, there is a big difference between the technician and the entrepreneur. And for this whole video, I want you to keep that concept in mind, the technician versus the entrepreneur. The technician is the person that is technically savvy, that only focuses on the technical aspect of the business, where the entrepreneur is the person that focuses on the market, the need, the idea, lead generation, lead conversion to build a successful business. We're going to enter another phase now where the entrepreneur is different than the technician, and that is in the development of business systems and business departments. So I hope you're ready, because this is going to be a good one. Number one, we got to ask ourselves, why do we need to implement systems in our business? There's 3 key things that systems will bring for your business. Number one, it's going to bring you order and control. As a business owner, you want to manage your business with order and control. You want to be sure that everything happens according to plan at the right time that it should happen. You want to know that the quality of the products or services and even the service delivery is on par every single time. That's why it's so important to implement business systems. The second thing that systems brings is time management. Now, obviously we know that we can't put a price on our time, and time wasted never returns. Business systems will allow you to plan your day in a systematic manner that will make it easier to manage your day, and it will give you peace of mind. One of the big things that I had to learn when I started out building business is that I've got a massive vision. And if I can't manage that successfully, the vision will eat me up. And you never feel like you've done enough for the day. So I had to learn how to plan properly, create systems on how I manage my time. And at the end of the day, I'm happy to say I've done enough. I've ticked my boxes for the day. I can go home and have a nice evening. Before that, you always think, I could have done more, I should do more. It's a big vision. Where do you draw the line? That's why time management is so important. The last thing that systems will bring is sustainable expectation. And here again, we're going to look at McDonald's. Whether I go to McDonald's Cape Town or McDonald's Johannesburg, the Big Mac will taste exactly the same, thanks to the system that McDonald's created to duplicate the same product more than once. Note that burger, that Big Mac from McDonald's, doesn't vary in taste according to the chef, because McDonald's isn't people dependent, it's system dependent. So when you as an entrepreneur get the awakening that you should get out of your technical box, move out of the business and work on it from the outside, there's 5 key areas that you need to set up in the business. The first area is the marketing box. The second area is the sales box. The third area is the operations box. The fourth area is the legal box. And the 5th area is the management box. So I call these boxes because ultimately you got to view them as each one its own little box that does its own thing within the business. Now you can start to see with perspective that it's not just about the technical service that you offer to your client. It's about the whole concept that makes a business. Marketing, sales, operations, which is the technicality of the business, legalities, and compliance. What you now want to do is you want to implement 4 systems for each box. These 4 systems consist of, firstly, an information system, secondly, a planning system, thirdly, a communication system, and lastly, your action system, or as we learned in module number 2, your pattern or your template that duplicates the result. So as you've duplicated your product or your service, you now need to view your boxes, which is the individual components of your business, each one as its own little product that needs these 4 systems that can be duplicated. What you now need to do is you need to work on each department. So Let's say you wake up in the morning, from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you jump into your management box. You manage your whole day according to what needs to happen. Then let's say from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, you jump into your marketing box. Now you're the marketing employee of your business. From 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you jump into your sales box. Now you're the sales employee of the business. From 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, you jump into the operations box. Now you are the operations or the technician in your business. And from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you jump into your management box again to make sure that everything happened according to how it should have happened. Note that the legal box is something a bit different. We don't necessarily get involved with all the legalities and compliance every single day of our business life. But every single day, there must be marketing done in your business. There must be sales done in your business. There must be technical services delivered in your business, and it must be managed. That's why those 4 departments are key for each entrepreneur to work on every day. After you've successfully implemented the 4 systems for each entrepreneurship box, they now become departments. In other words, the moment the box is starting to direct your action in it, because that's what the system says, that's the moment that entrepreneurship box becomes a department of its own. Now you are the employee in that department. And if the result remains consistent, whether you think about it or not, but you just follow the steps of the system, then that department is ready to be leveraged. In other words, you are now ready to employ your first person. And it's not necessarily about the skill set or the degree or whatever the person's good in. When you employ that person, all you tell them is, please just operate the systems that I've created in each box that you will be accountable to. That's all you need to do. When McDonald's appoints a chef, or when they hire a chef, that doesn't necessarily mean they hire the chef for the skill set. They will basically tell the chef, this is your responsibility, just follow the system. Don't think for yourself, just follow the system. Now that's exactly where you want to be as a business owner and as an entrepreneur. You want systems that manages that department, and then you want to put people in the department to run the department and get the result. Now that is a beautiful system-dependent business, not the people-dependent business, which means if the pawpaw hits the fan, I can replace my employee like that, because the system will continue to operate whether somebody is operating it or not, regardless of the person's skill. So in a nutshell, that is my take on business systems. I will see you guys in the next video.